Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Figure It Out Productions. The following video is part of our Quick Shoot series.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and what I wanted to do was something I've never done before, which is to make a reflections video on a console shortly after it comes out. Last week, when the PS4 came out, at least at the time I make this video, it was last week, I did a video after using it for a whole day, just kind of gave my thoughts, what I liked, what I didn't like, etc. And I've been using it for a week now, and I wanted to give some updates, you know, things that are plus, things that are negative, etc. First off, I want to say that most of the problems it had are software-based. Mostly my complaints are with its operating system, not with the console itself. And this is good because that means they're fixable. I agree with everything I said before. I don't think that much has changed from that, but new things have occurred to me over time. And starting with the updates, here's a plus. Sony already released a second firmware update. When you got the console originally as if it was so long ago, it came with operating system 1.0, and they updated it to 1.5, and then over the course of the next couple of days, they upgraded it to 1.51. So it's good. They're on the case. They're already fixing things that made some stability issues better, etc. And that's a plus. But here's where the negatives start. Getting that update a lot harder than it has to be. And I don't understand that. Because, okay, so there are 80 million PS3s online. I know, I've got one. And I don't understand how when a new firmware update comes out for that, it updates like very quickly. Like, you know, it'll download the update, install, and bam, we're good to go. There's 1 million PS4s online. 1 million as opposed to 80 million. Yet, you'd think we were around 56K. You know, I don't get that, because an update will come out, it's like, oh, it's 300 megabytes. I think that was what 1.51 was. And it took, like, I'm not even kidding, it took 7 fucking hours to download. What the hell is with that? Like, I don't get that. It's not my connection, you know. I have a really solid connection. I get 24 megabits per second, you know, through AT&T Uverse. Everything else worked fine. It was just on Sony's end. And I know you're going to say, like, well, Adam, there's 1 million people getting it. Yeah, I get that. But when the PS3 has an update, 80 million people get that, and we never experienced that problem. At least I don't. So I don't know. I hope that's fixable. I hope it's just a matter of updating their servers or whatever they got to do to fix that. I just want to raise awareness of problems so that you guys know this when you're going in, and hopefully somebody at Sony hears it is like, yeah, we should do that. Although I'm pretty sure they're aware of that one. So other little things I've noticed. Blu-ray support is good. It's much better than the Xbox One, which I kind of ripped that thing a new asshole for its Blu-ray support. But I do have one major criticism, and the Xbox One doesn't do this. For those of you who are not aware, there's a function on Blu-ray, it's called BD Live, Blu-ray Disc Live. It's an enhanced feature. If you put in the Blu-ray and you want to connect online and you want to go watch special bonus features or whatever. It's not a feature I care at all about. When I put a Blu-ray into the PS4, the first time I ever did it, it asked me, hey, do you want to enable BD Live, like as a concept? Not for this specific disc, like for the system as a whole. Do you want BD Live? Anytime a Blu-ray comes up that supports it, do you want to use it? I said no. And then I put another movie in. It asked me the same damn question. I said no. And it kept happening. It still happens. Every time I put a Blu-ray in, it fucking asks me, even if it's the same movie, it asks me if I want to connect to BD Live. And the answer 100% of the time is no. What bothers me about that is it's not asking, do you want to do it right now, this time? It's asking me forever, like, do you want to do it? And unless I say yes, it doesn't seem to acknowledge my answer, which is fucking ridiculous. So I don't like that. And I hope that that gets fixed, because I never want it to connect. It's just it's not like it's a huge deal to have to push no, but why the fuck should I have to do that? Why don't I say no and then it just remembers the damn answer? It's just annoying. It doesn't need to be there. It's an easy thing to fix. So please, fix that one. This one's not software upgradable, but the controllers, they use micro... I think I mentioned this before, and if I haven't, or even if I have, I apologize. Either way, if I didn't mention it or if I did mention it. Micro USB or mini USB, the little connection port there for the controllers, I don't like that. It's very flimsy. and it's very prone to breaking in other devices. Most cell phones that use that don't last for like more than a year, so that sucks because that means we may have to be getting more controllers. And what I hope is that Sony releases a version of the controller that uses either micro or mini, the good one, the one that's in the PS3 controller. I hope that they release that in the controller as a standard, because I'm very worried about that in the long run. If you're a kid, or even if you're an adult, just be very aware of how easily that can break. So when you're plugging the controller in and unplugging it, just do it gently. Don't yank the damn thing. All right, I'm just trying to help you guys save your controllers. Other issues. Turning the fucking thing off should not be nearly as difficult as it is. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, like, Adam, it has a power button. Yeah, it does, but it doesn't fucking work well. So here's the problem with the power button when I want to turn the console off. If I push it, it just goes into idle mode, which is useless. Because then I just get that orange line. It's still absorbing power, which is a waste of power and money. And yeah, you could argue, oh, well, Adam, you could get those precious PS3 or PS4 updates you keep complaining about. Yeah, I could. Or they could just make their network better and I wouldn't have to deal with it. You know, like, that's not that, that's stupid to me. Because one of the best things about the PS4, as far as its design, is that it uses a standard 2-prong power cable. The same cable that the PS3, PS2, PS1, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, and the original Xbox all use. That's awesome, because that means I can have one cable wired up to power all those fucking systems. I can just unplug and plug into whatever I want. So it's kind of annoying when this thing will not shut off properly. The way you do it properly is you have to hold the PS button down, and it'll present you with 4 options, like log out, or shut down properly, shut down improperly, i.e. idle mode, and like turn off the controller. I hope that that's a software upgradable one. I'm sure it is. Just to, like, at least, maybe I'm completely wrong, but I have not noticed, like, any amount of time that I hold this thing where it actually completely shuts down. I hope that's fixable, because that's really stupid. I don't need it to be in idle mode all the time. So relying on the controller for that is just a pointless extra step that bothers me. So, yeah, that sucks. What else? Oh, all right, now on to something about games that is bothering me about this thing. Maybe it's just mine, but if anybody else has a PS4, maybe you can confirm this for me. Mine sounds like a jet engine when it is playing a game. Not all the time, but a large amount of the time. These jet-like vents on the back actually sound like it almost makes you think, oh, that's why they look like that, because it's a fucking jet engine. I don't get that. I don't know why it has to be so damn loud. I'll give the Xbox One all the credit in the world that it deserves for that, because when you play a game on the Xbox One, you can't hear the damn thing. It is silent. And it's really impressive. The PS4, on the other hand, is loud. And it actually, a couple of times, we were making videos for Game Society Pimps and my other channel, which I highly recommend you check out. And we were playing it, and we were all like, is that thing all right? Like, is it... We all thought, like, it might stop working at any given moment. Partially that was fueled by all those stories out there right now about PS4s breaking down. Mine has no such issue. It's been completely reliable the entire time I've had it. And, yeah, so, I don't know, but maybe I need to play more games on it until it bricks. I don't know. I just hope that, I just hope that's not an issue down the line. If anybody's in for an overheating system this generation, it is going to be the PS4, because the Xbox One, that thing runs so cold, it's ridiculous. And Nintendo somehow always manages to get away with making reliable hardware, so, or with the exception of the NES. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think we would have noticed. It's been a year. But the PS4 worries me because I don't know. It sounds really loud. I mean, if you have a friend with one, or if you have one, play something on it and tell me if it's doing that. Maybe it's just mine. I don't know. But it sounds really loud when it plays a game. Not all the time, granted. But a lot of the time you're just like, ugh, I hope it's all right. So, yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts after a week. I still really like the console. I still think it has a lot of good potential. I'm really hoping for some solid exclusive titles. Shenmue 3. If you haven't been following that, Shenmue 3's actually got a legit chance for once. There's a poll. I'll put it in the description to a Facebook poll that Sony actually put out. You can go, you can vote on it, and hopefully get the game made. Right now, Shenmue's absolutely kicking ass on that poll. And I'm sure a lot of you think that's just silly, but hey, Shenmue fans, man, It's all we got is hope. So, yeah. The console could have some seriously great potential, because I'm going to give Sony some serious credit. And this comes as a long-time Sega fanatic that really has a serious beef with Sony for driving my favorite console manufacturer basically under. I mean, other than the stupid decisions they made themselves. But, yeah, I think there could be some serious but exclusive titles on this thing. Because Sony is doing all the right moves as far as getting exclusive games, man. They're putting polls out there, like this one, for example, just asking people, what do you want? What do you want? We can make it. What do you want? We can try and secure it. We can pay other people to make it. What do you want? I haven't seen Microsoft or Nintendo do anything like that. Now, Nintendo lives in a weird bubble, so that doesn't surprise me. But Microsoft, man, you guys, I want you to have a good console. Just like I want somebody to have a good console. Because having a shitty console doesn't benefit anyone. It doesn't benefit me that the Atari Jaguar sucked. Like, that wasn't awesome. It's much better when a console is good. So I really hope, and of course, what defines a good console generally is the games. So let's hope that this thing has a lot of great games ahead of it. Now, I haven't compared it to the Xbox One as far as like multiplats or anything go. If I do that, I'll let you guys know. But for now, that's just my thoughts after a week of using this thing and just some continued issues I have with it. And hopefully they get fixed. So, sorry about rambling on forever, but you guys know what you're in for whenever you watch one of my videos. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later.